What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Cheeky Midweeky, where we are making strength and conditioning not boring anymore. And today, I'm doing a solo episode talking with you all about concussion and neck strength. And this is going to be practical X's and O's that I was able to utilize at Towson when I helped reduce the number of concussions and how long athletes were able to come back if they did get a concussion before they were able to safely return. Now, this didn't mean we were like, negating the process. No, we had a step-by-step process that I will talk to you about in this podcast episode, but we were greatly able to help out the athletes, help out the coaches, and I want the same thing for you. So let's dive in. First of all, the whole reason why I'm going to talk to you about this is the old athletic trainer that I used to work with, Kyle. Shout out to Kyle Cherry. If you're not watching the video, I'm doing a heart symbol. Kyle was awesome. He and I, this is the relationship that you should have with an athletic trainer. If you're the strength coach, it's like, the athletic trainers, like, you're part of the problem. The athletic trainer, you and them find a way to work together. He sent me a text message that one of the team primary care physicians was like, man, our concussion numbers are like so down since Justin got hired. And like, we should write about it. We should do some papers on it because it has been that good. And it's like, yeah, that was part of it, but there's also been other factors that we were able to help influence. It wasn't just the fact that we did neck training. It was the fact that we changed some of the drills that we were doing, and hopefully y'all can do the same thing and limiting, the certain board drills or Oklahoma drills, like that helped as well. But athletes literally had never done neck training before I got there. So maybe that's where you're at. Just literally start doing the neck training. And we have a blog on neck training, literally showing you the ways that you can do neck training in a large group setting if you don't have machines. You can do it with pedestal neck, partner neck, bands, at the racks. It's all scalable. It's in the link down below if you want to know how to do neck strengthening. If I'm looking at this, so right here, Kyle and I put this together when the old head coach was let go, before the new head coach came in. This is the executive summary that we put together. And so if you're looking at the video right here, as you see, here's this downward trend of concussions, the number of them, and the downward trend of how long somebody was injured, like how long it took for them to return. So at a height, there was a total injury count of 20 concussions was a high. That was way back when. And then my last year there, it was 4 was the number. The highest concussion average time loss was 26 days. And then the two of the lowest years, 10.17 and 10.67 were my last 2 years. As we put here, eliminating the 2-a-day practices, acclimatization period, getting rid of Oklahoma drills, that helped. We also started using Riddell Insight helmet sensors to help us identify severe heads. We did the more neck strengthening. We fitted offensive and defensive linemen with sport helmet covers during practices. So we were doing a lot of things. So that's why I'm saying it's not just this one thing. It's not only neck strengthening, but the thing we weren't doing before me was neck strengthening, and we started to do this. Another reason that I'm talking about this is from the same report that Kyle and I put together. Our time loss was, again, at the lowest. We had the sport of football. The average time loss due to injury was 12.93. That was a metric that, we took great pride in. So from 2022 to 2023, my last year before I was let go, the prior year we were at 18.27, and 18.7 was still better than the department average. The department average was 23.82, and we had a contact sport. So again, when you can work with your athletic trainer, maybe that's the biggest part about all of this, is learn how to work with your athletic trainer, because Kyle was running the data on this to make sure that there was separation of, strength and conditioning, not funneling the numbers. Like, no, the athletic trainers, they have to get their numbers and prove that people are able to play. Like, there's proof in the pudding that we were doing what we were supposed to do, collaborating and working together. Within this concussion piece, we started off with mainly manual neck work, and shout out to Coach Drew Wilson, because when I was with him at Maryland, When we did manual neck, he literally made sure that it was myself, Alan, or Drew that did the neck work. If we taught the interns and they were good enough to actually give enough resistance, they could do it. But when it was in the accessory work at the end, the three of us did the neck work because we didn't trust the guys yet. So that's what I instituted at Towson. It was Joe and myself, and then eventually when we had Steven as a full-time intern that was capable, and Michael Wade, and any of the interns that continued to come through, or the assistants, we taught them up on how to do the manual resisted neck so that way the players could get it. We eventually taught the players how to do it so it could be used at scale. And then I started to implement the pedestal neck. What did Frage call it at Harvard? I don't know if he called it pedestal or if he called it pendulum. He called it pendulum neck to be a little bit different. Same premise. Fall. You can do quadruped neck. You can do some seated isometric. Again, it's all in the blog down below if you want to know exact exercises on how to do it at scale. But we started implementing that neck work. We started implementing some shrugs. I started to notice when we did more shrug work that we had a little bit more stingers. So we stopped doing shrugs. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Y'all can fix me on that. We started doing more protrusion neck work. And I learned about that from Coach Daryl Bauer, who's now down at Troy. He was previously the head strength coach he's the head strength coach at Troy, but he used to be at Houston. And before that, he was an assistant at West Virginia. That's where I met him at a conference for the strength and conditioning coaches through the CAA. That was back in 2019. Learned it from him about protrusion. And again, that protrusion work is in the blog down below. So if you can start to do this neck work, it's going to greatly help out your athletes, reducing the likelihood of injury. Why? Because they have a good, strong neck, and it should be trained just like the torso: forward flexion, extension, lateral flexion, rotation, protrusion. Like, you can do all the different ways, and then that can help that athlete. And the reason that you want to start with that neck work is when you play that collision sport, you got to keep the brain healthy. All right, that's why we're doing this. That's why you see all the guardian cap stuff. But remember, a lot of your sports, they're contact sports. Soccer is a contact sport. Basketball is a contact sport. Sure, it might not be a collision sport like football, rugby, lacrosse. It's still contact. So you want to have a nice, strong neck. No one really wants to have a weak, frail neck where your head's flopping all over the place. So this video should show you the importance of why you need the concussion work, how this can help you when you work with your athletic trainer to prove your value and to prove how good you are at what you do. When you combine it with the grapple work, so whether you're crawling forward, before you get to the grappling work, when you're crawling forward, backwards, right, left, when you're grappling and hitting that partner forward, backwards, right, left, all the things that Andy Ryland has talked about in 3, not 1, but 3 presentations on contact prep in team settings inside Strength Coach Network exclusively, you can keep your athletes healthy. So take the neck work that we've given to you for free. If you're a member of Strength Coach Network, you can watch Andy's presentations on contact prep. I'm going to put together another contact prep framework for everybody to have as well. So there'll be a 4th presentation. All of this for all of you to digest and be able to keep your athletes healthy. If you're not an annual member, make sure you sign up for an annual membership to Strength Coach Network, because not only will you get education from 180, actually now 181, because we just added another one and I'm going to add another, so 182 webinars, but your annual membership will unlock a course every year that will help you earn CEUs to the NSCA or to the CSCCA. So you're going to learn from some of the best strength and conditioning coaches in the world and earn CEUs at the best price per CEU, and it's from the comfort of your office where you're with your staff. And you can all learn together. You can all earn the CEUs when you all have your own annual membership. Message us at service@strengthcoachnetwork.com for staff discounted rates. Hopefully this video has helped you with the concussion work. Talk to you later. You need CEUs to keep your certification as a strength and conditioning coach. At Strength Coach Network, both of our long-form education courses come with CEUs to the NSCA, CSCCA, ASCA, and the NCSF. Click the link down below for more information about how our courses can help you keep your certification and you're able to learn from some of the biggest and brightest names in strength and conditioning.